Hi everyone, I'm Shauna and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be the first update of the year on my low buy. I'm going to talk to you about how it's going, my thoughts, what I bought, and kind of my goals and perspectives that are leading me into next month. If you like low buy content, project planning content, and other kinds of conscious consumer content, I would really love to have you here on the channel. I really want to get into the content and updating, and let's just do it. So how the month went, what were kind of the influencing factors of the month, how did it go? January 1st hits and I had my budget, and at first I was kind of scared, like I don't want to undo the work I did in my no buy. I was kind of grappling with these ideas about minimalism, and I mean, I've talked about how the pendulum kind of swung from like maximalist to minimalist before, and I was kind of dealing with those thoughts and introducing the self-love project and kind of working out every day or moving my body every day. And the first few weeks were okay, and I was really inspired. And by the middle of the month I don't know, it was probably like about 10 days where things kind of got to me. And I don't want to say that things got out of hand by any stretch of the imagination or any sense of the word, because I'm in budget, like that's being tracked really carefully, like we're fine. But I was dealing with some mental health concerns this month. I talked about that in the self-love project. The only kind of addendum or additional information I really want to say here, I don't know, I might talk about in the future because it's still ongoing, but there's some things that are happening in my personal life that are affecting me negatively. Some things are like distressing. I just didn't know how to deal with them. And like finally coping and like trying to deal with things that I have known for a while. And so I wasn't dealing with them well, and really struggled for a bit. And I really got into Poshmark this month. And so with days at a time kind of in bed feeling like garbage, I like leaned into Poshmark more than I wanted to, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit. And some of my purchases were like influenced by my mental health state this month, and again I'll talk about that later. Things kind of got rough in the middle, and then at the end they definitely these, I guess, stressors or triggers in my life are not over. I'm just like dealing with them slightly better. I also felt a little overwhelmed with the content that I was seeing in my feed, and also all the time I spent on Poshmark searching for specific items. I want to get into what I bought before I guess talking about more generally how it went, because some of these comments are like require me to talk about like things that are on my wish list, things I've been looking for, and so at the end I'll talk about kind of more about like how things went. Top priority for me this month was activewear, because that was the first feature of the self-love project. I needed more workout wear. A lot of mine doesn't fit, so that was one of the first purchases. And one of my goals this month is, or not this month, this year, is to buy secondhand where possible. Workout wear is generally not something that I'm okay buying secondhand because it wears out so fast, and some things like sports bras, unless they're brand new with tags, I don't want to wear somebody else's. So I bought this stuff from Simon's, and I do have a spreadsheet, and I'm gonna talk about the spreadsheet once I kind of show you all the things that I bought. I bought 4 things from Simon's. I bought 2 workout like tops, a sports bra, and then a legging. It took a while for this stuff to come, even though I ordered it in the first week of January. I didn't get it till like maybe, it was for sure after the 20th, I think after the 25th. So only in the last couple of days did I get it. I bought this sports bra. I think it's kind of cute because it has this like almost like a Dalmatian print, and then the base color, here's the back. It's like this, almost like this tan, slightly pink kind of color. I think it's really nice. very comfortable, very cute. I really like this one and the quality feels good. I also bought a matching legging. You can kind of see here what the print is like. It's the same kind of base color with that print on the side. I think it's really lovely. These fit really well. And one of the things I like about these leggings is that on the inside, it has this kind of band and you can pull it and it will conform to your waist. And that ensures that there is no folding of the pants, which is like sometimes you don't know that your legging is gonna fold over until you wear it. So it prevents that, but the fit is phenomenal and I really like that feature. I got two tanks, they're the same. I got this like oatmeal kind of light beige color. It has like a pretty wide arm slit. And then it has a little, this one is undone, but it has like a little tie slit on the side. This one is done up. This one is pink and it has like the fabric there that you can tie it up. And this one was on sale. I think this was part of their like spring or summer collection, so it was half price. This one was regular price. I'm pretty short, I'm 5'2", so most workout tops or most tops in general are too long. And it kind of sucks with workout tops because like if you tuck it in, sure, but like I don't really want to tuck in my workout tops, but I generally have to. So with this at the side, it takes up all the extra fabric so I can just like put it on and there's no fuss. And I really like it. I love everything that I bought. I also bought this accessory. This is a little pink headband with a knot. I wore this in one of my videos recently. I've been wanting a headband like this since before my no-buy year, but hadn't been able to find one that I liked. And so I finally got one. You can see it in that video if you're curious about what it looks like. Oh, I wore it in my 1 year of empties video. I think it's very cute, and this is just like, I have a yellow one that I do wear fairly often, but that's more like a summer color for me. And I love it so much, and I kind of knew that I would when I got it, and I wanted to get a pink one and a black one, but I couldn't find one that I liked. So I finally found a pink one. It's from H&M. I wanted to buy one off Poshmark, but it's just so expensive. And then the last 4 clothing pieces are all Poshmark. I bought 4 sweaters. Was it too much? Maybe. Do I think everything is going to serve me? I hope so. You don't know until you get it. And the biggest issue I had with Poshmark is that there's a fear of missing out, which kind of sucked me in, and some of the things I spent less time thinking about than I wanted to, or like I wanted to spend more. Not that these purchases were thoughtless, but the problem that I have, only 2 of the 4 items are in. Neither of them look like the color of the picture, which is not horrible because like they're close-ish, but it's also not the color I thought I was buying. So I'm a bit disappointed in that aspect, but I still like the item. And it's not like I thought I was getting something pink and it came yellow. It's pink, but a slightly different variation of pink. And at least the pink sweater, I like the color maybe even more so. So both of the items I got are Aritzia items. The first is this sweater. It just actually came yesterday and both of them are gonna go in the wash. It has a really close weave. It's from Wilfred. It's an excellent quality. This I thought was like a camel color or like a light oatmeal, but it turned out to be gray, which was surprising. I like the construction of this. I think it was a good purchase and something I will truly wear. And Aritzia clothing, in my opinion, is good quality, and everything I've owned has lasted for years. And I think it's one of those brands that is worth buying secondhand, or at least you should check secondhand first before buying in store. For me personally, I'm not supporting Aritzia at the moment because they made all these grand announcements about things that they're doing for Black Lives Matter back in June, and lots of stories came out from employees being discriminated against and customers feeling the same way. I heard a lot of stories about Black customers who were followed around in the stores, and that was a common practice. And Aritzia is a Canadian company, and so they're in like every mall. So I have loved their stuff, but I have not wanted to support the brand since that information came out, but they've also have not updated anything publicly. I DM'd them. It was just like a bullshit message I got back. And if you're doing company training, if you're like having a new diversity and equity policy and you're trying to hire differently, you need to update the public, especially if you made that pledge publicly. They haven't. Like, I have no clue if they've done anything internally, so I have to assume that they're not. That was a tangent, but because of those factors, buying from Poshmark is the way to go. And after seeing an item like this could be brand new. Like, to me, it doesn't look like anybody's worn it. So I'm like, why would I buy this in store? I'm excited about these purchases. The second thing is this pink Aritzia sweater. It does look a little bit more worn, which is kind of, I don't know, certain things I'm okay with that. It's really thick, much thicker than I expected, which is amazing. And this one, again, the color looks a little bit different, but I think the color is still nice. That one I got for a really good price too. And then the last two things were these lipsticks. These were the only beauty purchases I bought in January. These are the Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine lipsticks. I got them in 800 Rum Raisin and 014 Glaring Coral. Here is the Rum Raisin shade. And then the Glaring Coral shade. I think they're both beautiful. I've worn them both as well. So to the numbers, which I feel like is the most important part. I bought the Revlon lipsticks together at my grocery store, and this is the only number that I don't have an exact total for because I bought them along with something else and forgot that it was like part of the budget when I bought it. So I do know it was $24 and change, but I rounded it up to 25. The only thing I regret about this purchase is that I bought it when I did. I do not regret these items. I think they are lovely. I think that I will use them, and they're exactly the kind of lip product that I like and enjoy. That is my preference. But that works out to about $12 each because they were $11 and then they were, there's tax. I bought them when I did and was like, oh, that's fine, because I had a deal on them with like PC points. So PC points, if you have the credit card, you earn like a certain number of points per dollar, but they also have their general app and you get offers every week, which is basically like you can get so many points on this product. Like you get 200 points per $2 you spend on this product, and those offers vary per like item what it is. So there was a huge points incentive for me to buy this when I did. I just kind of wish I waited for a sale instead of getting those bonus points, because I kind of feel like $24 for those is a lot. The headband was $11.48 from H&M. I bought two more sweaters. One is a red one, and then one is like a crew neck, not a sweatshirt, but a sweater, kind of like what I'm wearing now. And it's in a pink color. So for 3 of the 4 items, they were $0. That's how much I paid. But for the pink crew neck sweater is from a brand called Everlane. I paid $25 for that one. And then for the TNA sweater, that pink one, it's an Aritzia brand, I paid $0, but I bought it for $29.96. That also counts for shipping when I tell you these Poshmark numbers. The Wilfridge sweater with shipping is $56.29, which I think is an incredible deal. I bought it for about $45. And that sweater retails for like 110, maybe 120, something like that. And then I also bought this red sweater from a brand called Twick, which is sold at Simon's, and I got it for $28.68. The activewear, the 4 pieces, I spent $93.49. This month, I brought in 11 items and I spent $129.50 on clothing, and that captures the actual monetary value, the actual amount that I spent. So those 3 sweaters that didn't cost me anything, they're not counted in that total because my budget money was not spent. And then for beauty, I spent $25. So that's how the budget breaks down. $129.50. I can't spend like that every month because otherwise, like, I'm not going to make it the whole year with the budget. I'm starting to get really frustrated with my pants situation. Like, it's starting to really aggravate me because I really feel like I have nothing to wear. Like, the only thing that fits me are sweatpants and then like 2 regular pairs of pants. And it's just like, it feels like I have nothing to wear. And when the sweatpants are done, I mean, I don't want to live in sweatpants. I don't. But at the same time, like, I have lost weight this month, and weight loss is just not going to be something I'm going to talk about on my channel unless it's like I lost weight, so I need to buy something new, period. Or I gain weight, I need to buy something new. That's kind of fine. It's like a fact of life and not something I want to moralize on this channel either way. So I just don't know where my size is going to be, and I just can't justify buying anything new at this time. So I'm just kind of really trying to hold out and not buy anything. And I think that's one of the things, at least in terms of pants and bottoms, that's one of the things that I think kind of went into why I bought like 4 sweaters. I just have been feeling stale in my wardrobe because of the pants situation. And I am a very casual person. And so 2 of the purchases I got are sweatshirts, which I can wear anytime, any day. And I'm kind of excited to own a pink sweatshirt. My wardrobe is really, really neutral. And so I'm trying out a couple of pops of color that I still think will go with a lot of my wardrobe, which is kind of why I bought the things that I did. And I don't want to buy something that I don't think will work out. I mean, I've talked about that ad nauseum on my channel. But at the same time, if it doesn't, if I experiment, which is in some ways is what the pink sweatshirt and the red sweatshirt are, if I experiment and it fails, I bought these things secondhand and I can resell them. And the price was fairly low. So the investment is not huge, and trying to prevent myself from experimenting in the name of minimalism doesn't sound like something I want to do, because those experiments can be worthwhile. You learn either way, but at the same time, I don't want to be wasteful. So I feel like the way that I did it is okay, because at the same time, I bought sweatshirts in different colors. I didn't buy something that was totally new and like completely out of my comfort zone. So I'm looking at this budget. I'm actually so proud I put together this spreadsheet. It has like the dates that I bought of everything. And I'm tracking the number of items I acquire because I think that's just interesting data I would want to know. The number of items in matters to me to some extent, but I'm not doing a 1 in, 1 out kind of rule. I find that really arbitrary and like can be a decluttering for the sake of decluttering kind of mentality. Keeping track of the numbers is just like a good way to continuously keep yourself like accountable and aware. But in terms of the total, $129.50 is like 10% of my budget, just over 10%. To kind of see that add up, and it's like, this is what 10% of my budget looks like. When I was doing the math, because I created the spreadsheet just a couple of days ago, and I was, putting in my categories and really figuring out how much I bought and like crunching the numbers, if you will, my first thought was, my budget's not going to go as far as I want it to. If you are interested in changing something or replacing something because you want a better version, or your taste has changed, so you want to, change up some of the things that you're wearing, $800, $1,000 can go really quickly. And that's kind of what I was seeing. And immediately I was like, okay, you can't spend like this every month. You're going to need to be a little bit more picky. I'm not mad about what I got. I'm not like regretful of anything. I just need to be more conscious about what I'm bringing in the future. I knew that going in. I knew that was something that was going to happen. And in a lot of ways, that's desirable because I don't want to just accumulate a lot. And while accumulation of goods brings short-term happiness, that's not what's going to fulfill me long-term or help me reach my financial goals either. But that's exactly what the budget is for, to keep you on track and to keep your spending within your means. And so now when I'm like, okay, these are the things that I want, now it's like prioritizing what I desire the most or what's needed the most. So some of the things that drew me to Poshmark in the first place was, number one, the Everlane, I think it's called the Day Bag. I think it's a really beautiful bag, and my everyday bag does need to be replaced. It's not urgent, but it's something that I think should be done by the end of the year. I have wanted the Everlane Day Bag for years. One, I don't support Everlane, and two, the bag regular price is just out of my price range. I can't afford it. And I have been looking on Poshmark every day for this bag because when they appear, they sell out. Went onto Poshmark looking for those things, and then I was like, ooh, like what's new at Everlane? Like what's new at Lululemon? And then I found this like full flourish sweater that I really want. And there's other like Everlane things that I want. And there's other things on my wish list that I want too. And I did get some of them. And so I kind of like fell kind of into the Poshmark rabbit hole this past month, and then felt a lot of FOMO and was also just not feeling at my best. I just kind of feel like Poshmark stopped being a good thing for a while. I kind of had to cut it off. It kind of feels like a sale. Like you didn't save $10, you spent $20. And if I don't want to find anything I might like or I might enjoy or might be cute. I just want to put blinders on and just only get the things that I'm looking for. One of the reasons why I need a break from these apps is that I don't want to buy everything from an app like Poshmark or secondhand in general. And so it's just not going to be good for everything. But the shipping is kind of expensive. So your $45 item becomes like $56. And yeah, I factor that in when I make the purchase. But I mean, Poshmark's not all bad because I can buy from brands that I like but don't want to support buying retail on this app. Either way, whether you're buying secondhand or retail, you can still overbuy and overconsume. And I felt like I was heading in that direction with Poshmark. I kind of got caught up in Poshmark around the middle of the year, and I realized that. I spend a lot of time on the app, kind of searching for things and wanting to want things, which that mindset is something that needs to be nipped in the bud. You know, I don't want to just want things for the sake of having them or for them being new. Definitely not. So I saw that. I also felt like I was just seeing a lot of new kind of content in January on YouTube. And I was kind of really feeling this pressure to buy stuff and to just like get new. And I didn't want new makeup, but I wanted new stuff. And I haven't felt that feeling in a while. And so I was like, okay, you need to do something else with your time. And I found some new channels that I really like. Malama's Life is a minimalist channel. She has a lot of great minimal content. And I feel like while you may not want to be a minimalist yourself, I still feel like there's still goodness to be brought from that kind of channel. So she has a lot of great content. She has a low buy video herself. She has a capsule wardrobe video, how to shop like a minimalist. So she has some great videos. I'm looking at her channel right now. She has how to build your perfect capsule wardrobe, minimalist guide to a low buy year, how to shop like a minimalist, how to simplify your life. So her content was really helpful to kind of step back. But I also found some content that were just like not involved in minimalism or shopping or any of that kind of side of YouTube at all. I found another channel called Anna's Analysis. She does a lot of great deep dive videos, and she mostly focuses on different types of influencers and influencer culture. She did some great videos on the breakaway movement, and she has a really calming voice, which I really like, and new age spirituality, and she talked about van life, and then I got into this whole like van life kind of spiral. I also really enjoyed the Japanese vloggers. I talked about this in my self-love project, and I'm gonna link some of my favorites below because they're just so good, and I find them all so calming. Most of these videos actually don't have any speech inside of them, or if they do, it's like really small bits, often soft-spoken, and they mostly employ like a text method, like text over the screen, to describe their day, what they're doing. I find them really relaxing, people kind of living their everyday life. My favorite is Nami's life, and I really like hers because she is just kind of doing her everyday thing, like cleaning or folding the laundry, making dinner. She lives really slowly, really intentionally. I felt like I personally needed that reminder to slow down and to enjoy what you're doing every day. Enjoy the food you're eating, the show you're watching, maybe even enjoy cleaning or folding laundry. I felt not worried or even thinking about some of that over-consuming content that can sometimes be hard to shut off, or wanting to want stuff, which can be hard to shut off. And I felt like I binged these videos for like a week straight. That was all I watched ever. It was just so nice and enjoyable content. And these vlogs are aesthetic and relaxing, reminded me to take a step back and like be with myself, enjoy being with myself, and enjoy the moment. These vlogs inspired my February goal for my self-love challenge. And I wanted to think about other things and have other things consume my time. And that's a goal of the self-love project, and moving my body, really a good way to do that. But being reminded about these things, about enjoying the moment and enjoying being with myself and what I'm doing, I can't oversell what an important and timely reminder it was. I needed that reminder at that specific time, which is why I think I just watched so many hours of video for like 12 days straight. While not everything can be beautiful and special, happy all the time, I think that there are more moments of that, even right now, that I haven't realized or looked for, and even created for myself. And so that's what I want to do for February. And I've set some of that up for February too in the self-love project. My focus for February is to continue on this path of turning off that consumer content, turning off Poshmark, and creating spaces of enjoyment and pleasure in my day, and creating routines and habits that can really structure that and kind of make sure that I'm trying my best to make that happen. This relates to the no buy because this is what I'm going to be focusing on for the next month. And hopefully I'll be able to see that reflected in what I purchase, either a reduction in what I'm purchasing, the number of things I'm bringing in. As I said all through last year in the no buy, your mental state and what's kind of going on in your life affects your outlook and affects what you buy and what you're interested in. And I'm kind of experimenting with a little bit of a different kind of outlook, perspective, and focus. So that's gonna wrap up this video. I feel like I said all that I need to say, probably a little bit more. We all know I'm chatty over here. If you're on a no buy or a low buy, let me know how your month went. I would love to hear it. January was certainly a little more complicated than I expected, and that's okay. That's part of the process. That's part of learning, and there's kind of no shame in learning. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.